just starting here at the shore, and yes, I know it's going to be a little bit of a different summer, of course, with coronavirus, but we're still going to kind of get you in the mood here. And join with me is longtime Harvey Cedars Beach Patrol Captain Randy Townsend. Randy, thanks for being here today. We appreciate it.
Joe, thank you so much. Pleasure's all mine.
Great. And I have to get up to Harvey Cedars. Just haven't gotten there recently, but you've been a big help, not only yourself, but Chief Burniford, police chief there, with different articles and videos I've done, so appreciate that. Let me ask you the first question. We'll kind of get these easy questions out of the way first. How long have you been with Harvey Cedars Beach Patrol?
22 glorious years I've been with Borough of Harvey Cedars. A lot of fun I've had over the past, 2 decades and change.
So it would be fair to say that I'm going to say about half of the Beach Patrol has been there or has been alive less than you have been there. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that's a fair statement. Definitely very accurate.
So, you obviously have deep roots here in South Jersey. So just tell me where you grew up, your South Jersey roots, and really your earliest memory of the shore.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be a resident here in Surf City, the hometown of where I grew up all my life here. It's only a few short miles away from, where I work in Harvey Cedars. Some of the earliest memories I have here at the shore are going to be with my mom and my dad because, they had me here since I was a little kid. I just had another great memory added to my memory bank last Thursday out fishing with my dad and was able to put him on the biggest bass of his life, a 52-pound striped bass for his birthday. So he was quite elated.
Wow.
Lots of great memories like that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we say this a lot in weather where, meteorologists, like if you ask 8 out of 10 of them, they've wanted to be a meteorologist since before high school. Is that kind of the same way, for you in the lifeguarding community? We'll start off with yourself. Did you always know you wanted to be a lifeguard?
No, I didn't actually. I was very, not to say confused when I was younger, but, you want to do a million different things when you're younger and try out some new stuff. And, I was really inspired by a couple guys who were lifeguarding up on one of my favorite surfing beaches, which was Harvey Cedars.
Okay.
It was up on Hudson Avenue. You've been there before.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were keeping secrets from us on your secret surf spot.
No, not at all. I'm an open book. But yeah, there was a couple guys up there, and they mentored me as a young surfer. And, I only saw it fitting that I actually joined the patrol where they worked because, their experiences there were so great over the time period that I had spent there.
Gotcha. And, I was doing a little research on you, want to make sure I get all my facts straight. So you're a Ron John Surf Shop writer. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. A lot of fun on the professional surfing side of my life. I've been with them for pretty much just as long as I've been a part of the Beach Patrol. A little bit over 22 years. I've been with them since I was about 16.
So do you have like a closet full of Ron John free swag around?
For you, of course, Joe.
Oh, no, not for me. Well, I wasn't saying for me. I was just saying for you. I don't know. You're a little taller than me. I don't think we fit in the same side.
Right on. They've been very, very kind and taken very, very good care of me over the years, especially the past 2 decades.
Gotcha. So, you've, going to surfing, you won a couple of championships. You're an Unsound Pro champion. And then something I wanted to know more about is the Red Bull Night Riders Big Air Championship. So you were surfing at night. Now, I don't surf myself, but I know, how the world works. And usually at night, you can't really see a lot, especially in an empty ocean. So how did that work out?
Yeah, that was such a radical event. And that's when, they began utilizing, wave runners out in the surf to, help you generate your speed that you would normally generate by your body motion. It was an awesome event. They have big stadium lights that are shining out on the ocean, which actually kind of hinder you because if you look to the beach, you're blinded by these big stadium lights. But it was way, way, way cool event. Some other great South Jersey surfers were involved at the time. A very young Rob Kelly. I'm not sure if you've had him on your show, but
no, I haven't.
He's a professional surfer, probably one of the most visible ones here in the region currently. You should check his stuff out. He has a lot of stuff on Surfline. Be a great interview for you too one day.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard the name before. I've never actually spoken with him. So maybe we can get them on next month. We're gonna try to do these beach themed ones as we go through the month. Now, where was the championship at?
It was in Atlantic City.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, down in Atlantic City,
Oh,
right
okay.
there on
So
the
it was right here in the
boardwalk.
backyard. Silly me. I didn't know that. My fault.
Yeah, it was right off the old steel pier where
Gotcha.
the horses used to jump off the end down there
Gotcha. Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
60s.
My grandma keeps telling me the story when she used to bring my dad down to Atlantic City, and would see the diving horse off the steel pier. I think
Yeah.
every time I've taken the job here, she's like, Joe, I used to bring my dad down. But so that being said, it sounds like you have two championships under your belt. You're kind of a big deal in the surfing world there, huh?
I don't know about a big
Can I
deal.
say that? Can I say that you're a big deal? You don't have to say it. You might be too kind.
Sure, you can say it. Yeah, I do like to, surf and participate across the board. Currently I am the NSSA National Scholastic Surfing Association Northeast Conference Director, which caters to youth interested in competitive surfing throughout the Northeast here from Maine to Maryland. We hold high school championships every October, which consists of over 20 schools from around the tri-state area, and 256 kids come out and compete for not only the high school championship, but individual championship awards as well.
Gotcha. Now, just kind of going, bigger picture with the surfing, just give people, even people like myself who don't surf, like, how important is weather on a day-to-day basis to surfing? And just give me, like, an example of, like, is there, like, days that are good to lay out in the sand, but not good for surfing, or even vice versa?
Yeah, you know what? Come to think of it, now that you mention it, I am looking for those days that are good to lay out in the sand as well, because they usually coincide with good wind directions
Okay.
and good weather. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
All right.
usually those days we get west winds. And that's
Gotcha.
what
So
we're
the
looking for
west.
here in New Jersey.
Sure. Gotcha. Now, working as beach patrol captain, I'm sure, we have plenty of stories to go through for 22 years. But just so people know, Harvey Cedars, for people who aren't, so familiar, it's on the northern end of Long Beach Island. The only town that's further north would be Barnegat Light, if I'm correct. How many people do you believe you're protecting on the beach each summer?
Gosh, I wouldn't even know. People come in droves to other areas of Long Beach Island as well that have a little bit more parking than we do down there on the north end of Harvey Cedars. But tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people visit the beaches of Harvey Cedars annually.
Gotcha. Like, what kind of people are usually coming to Harvey Cedars, laying down on the beach? Are they day trippers? People have second homes? Nice mix of people?
Yeah, there's a healthy mix. We get a lot of day trippers, especially around the holidays, as I'm sure the other municipalities in the area do. But there is a lot of people that do live in Harvey Cedars, and those who own second homes down there too as well, and the renters, of course.
Right.
Harvey Cedars, great destination to go.
Absolutely. I love it over in Harvey Cedars. As the beach patrol captain, this time of year, so we're talking like right around Memorial Day, as we're recording this, what are you most focused on? And we're going to take the coronavirus part out of it for now, and I'll ask you about that in a little bit. But, generally, what would it be like, around Memorial Day?
A lot of work prepping for the season, that's for sure. We're getting our ducks in a line for our swim test currently, which is coming up this weekend. And the following weekend, we have another swim test as well. Reaching out to all the new applicants, making sure all of our vehicles are in good working order, as well as all of our equipment's properly, maintained for the summer season, doing a lot of ordering, so forth and such. It's
Sure.
quite busy this time of year. There's a lot of preseason work that goes into the season, of us being up there on the beach.
Yeah. And, talk to me about the swim test. So, let's say I want to be a lifeguard captain. I won't say lifeguard captain. That takes 22 years apparently. But let's say I want to work for Harvey Cedars Beach Patrol, right? What is the swim test consist of, and what do you have to do to pass?
Yeah. Very good point there, Joe. The swim test is essentially our line in the sand. We are accredited by the United States Life Saving Association, as well as a state accreditation agency, Ocean Life Saving Association. Our swim test is based off of both of those. But for starters, we have to adhere to the United States Life Saving Association, accreditation certification process, and that is, a swim of 550 meters in less than 10 minutes.
550 meters in less than 10 minutes. Gotcha.
Yeah. Most agencies do it in a pool. We do it in the open water. We want to see, especially with the new applicants, their ability to sight, without having lines in the pool and being able to swim a straight line, it's quite the difference. You get a better bead on your potential employee for the summer, for sure.
Gotcha. So would you say, it's a little tougher to be a work for the beach patrol in Harvey Cedars as opposed to some other places?
I wouldn't be able to comment on anybody else's, protocols and programs for their agencies, but, I can comment on Harvey Cedars, and, it is a very difficult job, very demanding, and we expect a lot out of our employees, when they're in the public and professionally when they're on duty.
Sure, absolutely. Now, I said let's take out everything with coronavirus going to Memorial Day weekend, but now we're going to put it, back in. The weekend before Memorial Day was kind of a test run for the beach as per governor's orders. So, what has it been like for you? And I'm kind of, specifically curious about, recruiting new lifeguards. How has that been going for you?
Yeah, this year we have, I want to say about 30% more new applicants than we have annually in the past,
Really?
5 years.
Gotcha.
It seems to be a very attractive, place to work, obviously, for the obvious
Oh
reasons.
yeah, sure.
Who doesn't want to sit in the sun all summer at the
Sign
beach,
me up.
especially? Exactly. But yeah, it's the landscape has changed for certain this year. Just keeping the swim test in mind here. We have changed our, policy to adhere to the state mandated restrictions when it comes to social distancing. So, instead of the large group all swim at once, we've set it up so where, you have your certain time. It's small groups. Everybody has to, adhere to these social distancing guidelines that are in place currently.
Sure. Yeah, and we all want everybody to be safe. And one thing I'm thinking about, and I'm sure you've thought about plenty, is usually when you're talking about a beach patrol stand, there's two lifeguards right next to each other. So is that allowed? Like, I don't even know. Is that allowed per governor's orders, or are you kind of doing something to make sure that that's okay?
Yeah, it's obviously not allowed because it, kind of violates the 6 feet
Okay.
of distance between two people.
Yeah.
So we're currently in the process of, making a lot of new lifeguard stands. This way we can adhere to that social distance restriction.
Gotcha. Okay, so for the person who's coming, they want to lay out on the beach, at some point this summer, are they going to see any drastic changes, or is it pretty much business as usual for them?
I don't think it's going to be business as usual for
Okay.
a long time, Joe. But I'm hoping that we have 100% compliance from the public when it comes to these social distancing measures. To make our job easier and not more difficult than it's already going to be this year with the change of the landscape, for sure.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll shift away from that, and we'll talk more about Memorial Day weekend. So, last year, so 2019, the weather for Memorial Day weekend was great. I mean, really, you couldn't get much better in terms of getting people to the shore, and summery weather. I believe pretty much every day was at least warm enough to be out on the beach, and every day was dry enough to find some time. Just kind of tell everybody what the ups and downs of, lifeguarding during Memorial Day weekends like, given that not every year is going to be like 2019 where it's perfect all the time.
Yeah, true. Definitely can be a mixed bag of conditions this time of year, with us transitioning into summer from spring. That brings unusual weather, unusual water temps. Fortunately enough, last year we had absolutely gorgeous weather. The surf was, smaller. This year we have the remnants of Arthur and some weather surrounding it. So obviously we're going to have a mixed bag this weekend, but potentially Friday and Saturday look pretty decent. And then it seems to be that there's another frontal system moving in towards the end of the weekend that I saw. So
You got it.
it's
Yeah,
going to be interesting as always.
Yeah, Friday, specifically Memorial Day weekend. I understand some people here will be watching or listening afterwards, but Friday looks to be the warmest day of Memorial Day weekend, and then Saturday and Sunday and Monday look dry. It just looks to be cool,
Yeah.
but still
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah.
So in Harvey Cedars or on Long Beach Island, when you really start to see summer weather really settling in, if it's not Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, it usually really settles in and digs its heel into our region here, usually around Father's Day weekend, and typically that's the weekend that summer is open for business officially across the board. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Father's Day weekend's it.
Yeah,
for sure
and
for me.
when do you think the summer weather exits? I mean, in my meteorological opinion, I wouldn't say it's Labor Day. I think you still get summery weather, even into September.
Yeah, all of us want to hold on to that summery weather
Of
into
course.
the Indian summer, so to speak, into
Yeah.
October and stuff like that. But, usually we get like, our first little touch of fall, in August. We usually get some northwest winds, which bring in some cooler weather here. So that usually signifies, for me, that the seasons are definitely upon us to change.
Gotcha. So interesting. So I'm saying maybe middle of September. You're saying late August. So
Yeah.
it's always I guess a difference of opinion and how much you want to hold on to summer
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I'm
Tell me
trying to hold on.
what's that? I'm sorry.
I said, oh, I'm trying to hold on to summer.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me what the vibes like. For not only yourself but the whole beach patrol during the summer. Comparing from Memorial Day weekend. And let's say, the doldrums of summer in the middle of July to Labor Day weekend.
Right on. Everybody's very, very excited to get back to work and up on the beach. And, at the beginning of the season and Memorial Day weekend, everybody's frothing at the bit, I like to say.
Yeah.
Coming into summer, things seem to level out a little bit as we, head into our lifeguard training program, the tournaments, and other activities that are involved in the day-to-day basis of the beach patrol. Moving ahead of that. It's always a sad time, the first week of August, when we always start to lose employees going back to college. It can be sad. You forge these relationships, especially for the younger kids. It's just it's a whirlwind of emotions for sure. Especially for such a short season of 11 weeks.
Yeah, and for myself, like I always wanted to like kind of work at the shore during the summer because you do really develop that camaraderie. Unfortunately for this guy who was born and raised in Union, New Jersey, not by the beach, couldn't do that. So I always envied you guys, especially all the lifeguards. I just felt like everybody just gelled. Have you guys ever had any? Have there ever been any Harvey Cedar Beach Patrol marriages?
There's about to be one this summer,
Really?
actually. But yeah, because of the current situation with the pandemic, it had to be postponed until September. My actual beach captain, an individual who works underneath me, Kenny Burkhart, he was supposed to be married this summer,
Gotcha.
July 4th weekend.
Gotcha.
So because
Okay.
of the COVID restrictions, he can't.
So do you take credit for that?
What, for him being married in the summertime? No.
Well, I just meant for them meeting together.
Oh, no. My apologies. He's also on ski patrol out in, Colorado. But yeah, there has been people who have worked together on the beach prior to my, employment as the lifeguard chief here in Harvey Cedars.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's awesome. It really is cool to see, relationships like that flourish into,
Yeah.
beautiful families today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll start wrapping up here, but I do always like to talk about this as we go into summer, and that's rip currents. It happens a lot at the shore. Unfortunately, we do get, across the United States, tens of deaths a year, due to rip currents. So I'd be remiss to, not ask you, what do you try to stress to people about the hazards of rip currents?
Oh, about the hazards of rip currents. We try and inform the public on, these potential risks on a daily basis. There's really no safe time to be up there because the ocean's never really calm. Even on the calmest days, there can be rip currents up there. So we're in the business of trying to educate the public as much as possible throughout our social media platforms, or whether it may be a conversation in passing. We really want to hammer home. Especially after hours, from 5 p.m. on and prior to 10 a.m. when we actually get up there to start our day, is if you're in question of the current conditions, don't go out, swim near a lifeguard, wait for the, proper people to be up there that can protect you from these potential dangers and hazards of your visit to the beach.
Yeah, and can the regular beachgoer, kind of pick out if it's going to be a rip current day based on the weather? Is there something they can look out for to kind of give them an idea?
Something that they can look out for, just when they're just coming up to the beach, churning water, looking like a river, heading back out to sea. It's not the easiest thing to see, but if you train yourself, you can train your eyes to be able to pick up on this very easily.
Sure. Gotcha. All right. So last question here. I was on your website, and at the bottom of your lifeguard website, it said, "Why couldn't the lifeguard save the hippie? Because he was too far out, man."
Yeah.
That was a real knee slapper, Randy. Did you think of that one?
No, I can't take credit for that one at all. That's our municipal clerk who put that in there, and it's very cute. I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah. Usually annually she comes up with something very clever to put there under our department.
I always enjoy the clever jokes on the formal looking websites, or even like when you go to a church and you see the little signs that talk about God or whatever. So I did appreciate the humor there.
Yes.
So I was gonna give you the credit, but I'll just give Harvey Cedars the credit there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anything else you want to add before we wrap up? I mean, this was great. I think we got we learned a lot about you. Anything else you want to add?
I think we covered it all, Joe. But I just want to stress to the public, it's of utmost importance to adhere to the social distancing restrictions that are currently in place, not only to protect yourselves, but to protect first responders that are going to be up there this summer. For example, the lifeguards, because without us, things are going to be a little bit more dicey than they have in the past. And we're just trying to keep everybody, the public and all the employees of the borough of Harvey Cedars as safe as possible. This way, we can have a safe and happy summer, just like we always do.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. There will be changes, but hopefully we can all look back at the summer and say that was another good summer for us here in OBI. And Randy, I'm going to ask you one more, because I did ask Police Chief Robert Burniford on Monday. That's Monday, May 18th, to participate in my MD Dub double play, where they would pick their 2 favorite songs to drive along the beach to. I was putting it in my weather forecast all Memorial Day weekend. So I want to ask you, what are your 2 favorite songs to drive along the beach to?
Oh man, if I could, I couldn't be able to pick 2 if I tried. There's so many great hits out there. Summertime by Sublime.
Okay. Classic.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one there too. And my second favorite song. What could it be?
We'll have to get the Spotify playlist from you. You have the whole list, and then we can not just 2, we can get 20 of them.
There you go. I'll put that up there.
Yeah, you send it to me. I'll pop it up. But
all right.
But Randy, thanks so much for joining us here. I appreciate you doing this with me over Zoom. Everybody, this is Something in the Air podcast from the Press of Atlantic City. You can tune in the first and third Wednesdays of every month for new episodes. You can find us on our website, pressofac.com, on the Apple Store at Something in the Air, and on our YouTube channel. Till then, take care.